Good day, race fans, and welcome to the Intentional Wreck podcast made by race fans for race fans, from the casuals to the lifelong gearheads. My name is Jeff. I'm here with all my fellow hosts, Corey, Nick, and Finn, and you can find us on Spotify, on all your favorite audio platforms, on Twitch and YouTube under the name Intentional Wreck. You can also find us at our website, intrecpod.com, and you can find us on our Discord server that you will be able to find all of your latest racing IWP Racing League news. That was a tongue twister because I just said racing like 8 times fast. But that's where you can find us. That makes all of our housekeeping complete. How are you fellas doing this week?
Fantastic. What a weekend. What a week.
I'm ready for another mile and a half.
Listen, life.
It was a great Bristol race, but after a short track, then an off week, then a short track,
Yeah.
I am ready for another mile and a half.
Life announcement, if I may. I'm officially debt free. And that has been
That's huge.
That has been, I've gone through a whirlwind of, and some of you guys I've talked to about some crazy job opportunities and stuff. And let me tell you, the trick to getting debt free right now from an expert who just did it one time and will probably be in more debt probably soon because I have to buy tickets to the Coca-Cola 600. The trick to being debt free is to invest into a 401k and not know you're doing it, and then find out 7 years later that you had $15,000 in a 401k you never knew about, and then withdraw and pay off all your debt. Listen,
It also helps getting paid $250,000 a year. But,
listen, hey, hold on. We're dropping my... Nick just dropped
$500,000 a year.
Listen, I was going to keep that a secret, but... I have an easy job. I can be my own boss. If I just invite 3 of my friends in to the fold, and then they invite 3 of their friends in.
Right.
That's what I'm starting here.
Get on the ground
you just
floor.
build kind of a triangular structure to your entire model and kind of go with that. That's the way you
Step
go.
1, start a NASCAR podcast. Step 2, start a NASCAR channel. Step 3, sell a product and use that community to pay profit.
I think they call that a reverse funnel.
Something along those lines. Hey, Finn, can you tell me what product it is that we're selling with this podcast, I guess? Because I'm not going to be the most efficient employee right now if I don't know what we're selling.
Bearded dudes talking about racing.
Yeah, another bearded white man podcast. Come on, don't you know?
There is a shortage of those everywhere. Nobody can ever find 4 bearded white dudes in hats talking about things.
You've seen 2 bearded white men. You've seen 3 bearded white men, and we will bring you 4 bearded white men. Jesus.
You're already like, there's like the mysterious thing is the product and everything else, and then already as a millennial, this concept of like debt free, I don't know what that means. I've never can't fathom what that concept is. I don't understand it. Like, I thought this was a rite of passage for me to continue throughout my entire life.
I thought it was like golf, where the higher the red number, the better you're doing in life.
Exactly.
So another approach, be 39 and married and live at your mom's house.
Hey.
Also, very effective strategy.
There you go.
Solid millennial move as well.
Listen,
once again, falling into the category.
Shout out, Mom.
Yes.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah.
Brenda Russell's insane.
All right.
That's right.
So shall we talk about the greatest sporting event that happened this weekend? I went to Banana Ball.
Nice, dude.
Okay.
How'd you like it?
That was at North Carolina?
Yep.
At UNC?
Yep. Felt dirty being a Duke fan at Chapel Hill. But pretty solid. Banana Ball is I wouldn't say a must go, but you won't regret going. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's fun.
It feels dirty that you're a Duke fan, honestly.
That is weird, yeah.
Enough about me.
Tar Heels, baby.
Enough about me. You're a Kentucky Wildcats fan. Let's not.
That's real gross.
Yeah, I'm a Wildcats fan, so I hate Duke.
Like, we don't hate. All right, whatever.
I thought you were an LSU fan.
I am, but my dad has lived in Kentucky his whole life and raised me a Kentucky basketball fan. Yeah. They've been pretty shit here lately.
Well,
conveniently we're good when.
I'm a Florida fan now.
Yikes.
But anyway.
All right, so Banana Bowl was fun. But I did not get to catch a good chunk of this Bristol race. So let's talk about how it started, because I missed all of that. So pole was...
So they had a few cars that started in pit road, and they drove really slow. And then the car that was in front of them pulled out of the way, and then they started driving a little bit faster.
Wait, what happened?
It is IWP Smartass Edition tonight.
Hey, I'm curious. The end of the race felt fantastic, and I've heard some interesting things about it compared to Bristol, which has been pretty frustrating for many hardcore NASCAR fans, because that's like, it used to be, oh my God, Martinsville and Bristol back to back, like, keep going, I'm almost done. And now it's like, oh God, no one's going to be able to pass anybody. So how did that race start? How much did tires matter? The 750 package? Was there a lot of movement?
So I think the key to this race was how quickly the top lane came in.
Okay.
Like, super fast. Within like 15 laps or something. Like, I want to say it was...
I don't know if it was that early. I think it was
pretty quick though, man. Byron started it, and then it just kind of like, everybody's like, oh, okay. And then by the end of the race, you couldn't do anything on the bottom. Everybody.
Byron was running up there to get it started, but he wasn't fast. I mean, he was what, 3 laps down by the end of it?
Well, yes, but I understand your point, but track position sort of screwing him over a little bit there, being behind some shit boxes. But yeah, I mean,
they came in quicker than I thought it would. Yeah.
Yes, really quick compared to what you would have expected.
Yeah, we traditionally
quicker than it came in at the O'Reilly race for sure.
And if you guys are wondering what Nick is doing with his quick hand motions, no, he is not pleasuring himself. He is racing actively. Though he does wear the gloves.
You were wondering based on the glove.
Though he wears the glove for both, for maximum grip for both scenarios.
Your first grip was wrong. It's a different glove, actually.
That did look a little funny. The timing was interesting.
Nick had some iRacing that impeded with our podcast, so
No, I'm podding and racing. This is pod racing.
This is so.
I just finished P6.
So I see Larson and Blaney kind of dominated the day. Was there really much battling up front, or was it really just kind of like, hey, they were up front and everybody's just kind of figuring stuff out?
It would have been a much better battle if Blaney's pit crew didn't keep putting him in 7th place on every restart.
So that's what happened. Like, he'd get to the front, cycle back, get to the front, cycle back.
If it wasn't for the 12 pit crew, Blaney wins that race. I'm pretty comfortable saying that. They cost him something like almost 20 positions on pit road throughout the day.
Okay.
Like an insane number. So, but yeah, I mean, Blaney and Larson were the 2 fastest cars all day by far. And yeah, Blaney's crew really screwed him.
Gotcha.
It was good. I mean, they were
Blaney's crew screwed him.
fast.
But I mean, that last restart, he had everything set up to where he could go win it, and Ty just held him off.
Yeah.
I mean, he still restarted second and got a really good jump on that last restart. He just couldn't. There was too much momentum on the high side.
I thought, I mean, when they got on both of the last 2 restarts, just in general, that was edge of your seat, because the whole time I'm like, well, this is it, right? Like, this is when, considering the tire fall off, considering where they were, I thought for certain that Ty was just going to, like, just sail to the back. I thought he was going to go from P1 to somewhere outside of the top 10 at some point and just get run over. But I will say, especially in the overtime restart, his ability to hold off the hard charging pack behind him was pretty solid. I was very impressed by that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that was also part of that also ends up being sort of a Bristol thing, right? Because you need a little bit more time to build the move. But at the same time, yeah, he was very impressive considering the car condition for him to be able to get where he did and get the win.
Yeah, and I mean, it really seems like Blaney kind of struggled late in that race getting through traffic, and we were kind of watching Gibbs kind of, I mean, really wheel him down. It was very obvious that the 12 car was the fastest car. Then it was, I think it was Gibbs that was just kind of cutting through traffic a lot easier. And obviously, somebody made a note that, yes, it's a lapper, but also this was like a battle of 12th and 13th place, right? So these guys are very, very difficult to pass. And one of the skills I think Larson has that while Blaney is without a doubt like a top 2 car every week, like one of the we've seen the stat, like he passes more cars than anybody under like he's absolutely hit his prime for sure. One skill that Larson has still kind of head and shoulders over the rest of the field is the ability to cut through lap traffic. That is just not something that Blaney has mastered. And watching Gibbs, and then I mean, what a decision by Gibbs to stay out and not give up that track position and then hold him off. That was, I mean, that's about as good as a Bristol race ending can get. With clean racing, nobody really got shoved. Blaney tried to do everything he could with 4 tires, but kept getting loose on the bottom. Gibbs holding his composure. Young driver, could have made a ton of mistakes, didn't make a single mistake. Had to do it for, I mean, it looks like he had him. And then who was it? Herbst that wrecked his own Toyota Monster Bro that ends up wrecking. So very, very interesting and well deserved. And you've been harping on Ty Gibbs, Jeff, for like the last handful of weeks. But I mean,
yeah,
I picked him as one of my my pick'ems that we do, Finn.
Yep, you absolutely did. And since we opened with 2 super speedways, outside of those 2 races, the lowest Ty Gibbs has finished was 6th at Darlington.
Yeah,
and that's the only non-top 5.
That is insane.
That's wild.
I mean, his season's been, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there at this point, this was capping off what was already looking to be the everybody can shut the hell up season for Ty Gibbs. At this point, and all he needed to do was to cap that and to have arrived. That's that's pretty much it.
The timing
feels like
is
a long time coming.
The timing is interesting with the Gabehart comments and everything that happened in the off season. It's kind of like, I mean, not that I don't have any particular issue with anyone involved, but winning your first race and knocking out top 5s like they're no problem is a good way to middle finger some people.
It's a good way to do literally anything.
Yeah, true.
Something to point out about Gibbs is what I think is really important is how well he's qualifying.
Yeah.
Like last year, I did a quick look. Less than a third of the races, he started in the top 10. And he started in the top 10 at Coda, Vegas, Martinsville, Bristol. Yeah, he started back at Darlington. And then Atlanta, Daytona. But like he's making his days way easier and being early up in points. I mean, he's top 5, 6 in points right now. So he's just going to keep qualifying at the rear, at the end of the qualifying order. And that's just building a ton of momentum. Seriously, like, are there many drivers? Yeah, go ahead.
That's one thing that I don't like about qualifying. I think it should be reverse order. I think it would allow for a little bit more parity.
Okay.
At the beginning of races.
Style.
Yeah.
Or completely randomize.
Or that.
Yeah. Alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Well, then again,
I would honestly go reverse. I would go the points leader goes first. Second place.
Such a
second.
disadvantage, man. It's
tall to short.
Yeah,
it
is. They're the points leader for a reason. They're fat.
With race car drivers, it's just all short. But yes, you go tall and short.
Well, shit. Herbst qualified really, really early in the run, and he ended up like 5th. So there was.
Yeah.
And we've seen some odd scenarios like Bowman at Homestead last year when the shade hit. So he just got the perfect conditions and went and qualified pole. Him and Barry had really good runs. Well, Bowman returned. I opened the stream and I saw Bowman get wrecked with the 97, and I went, "Oh fuck!" Like I'm ashamed. I'm an SVG and a Bowman fan. I was like, "Well, all right, there goes my day. Back to banana ball."
He said, "That's it,
dude." I remember thinking that like Finn literally just said, "Bring up the stream," and then like 10 seconds later, Bowman wrecked.
Yeah,
it was great.
By SVG.
I mean, not for you, but the timing was impeccable.
Yeah,
can't win.
Tough day for Bowman coming back, but he's got his feet wet. To the Ty Gibbs thing, he looks mega comfortable driving around up front. He never looked this comfortable further back in the pack. he just has an ease about him this year for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Whenever you have a good handling
in
race
the Discord,
car,
according to the chat right now, by the way. So
I mean,
that's what you guys are missing out on when you're not subscribing and jumping into our Discord server. Apparently, we have banana hammock merch going on in our Discord server. So not to fully go in with the comments here as we're attempting to talk about this race.
I bet it's from Meatball.
Yeah, that is very true.
Definitely.
Shout out to Meatball for keeping
Shout out
things interesting.
Meatball.
And another reference for the chat. This is for you, Dilly. There it is. That's the full thing. To his disappointment, it is an IndyCar shirt and not a F1 shirt. But yes,
We
McLaren,
saw a couple of intentional wrecks.
turn all the way, no bias.
Stenhouse just cleaned out Brad Keselowski for some reason.
Almost did it again about an hour later. Yeah.
Kyle Busch Riley Herbst wrecked Kyle Busch first, and then Kyle Busch wrecked Riley Herbst there at the end, which honestly is pretty tame for a Bristol race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also noticed, I was surprised by the post-race interview for Gibbs. Just going back to his comfort thing, man. Like, he was happy. He wasn't emotional or all overwhelmed. He was just free and easy. I was like, oh, this guy's going to be a problem. I mean, we kind of knew that, but it just took a while longer than, maybe we all expected, but we'll see.
He's done a pretty solid job at changing his on-track reputation. You know what I mean?
You're
Chastain
touching on exactly, yeah.
Chastain is kind of still got it, but nobody, when was the last time we really saw Chastain make that big of a difference? Was when, Martin's, or when he just stayed out on two tires and kind of was hard to pass, but he wasn't wrecking anybody. Yeah. Nobody was. I guess Daniel Suarez was ready to fight him at the end of was it Atlanta or something? So I guess
Daniel Suarez has been ready to fight anybody at Trackhouse all year.
Yeah, he's been looking for the excuse, anybody to take a swing.
So there's that. Hocevar's kind of the current everybody's constantly worried about what the 77 is going to do, but I think he races pretty fine. I'm also pretty Carson Hocevar biased. I like the guy, so
I think he's just a really aggressive guy,
right? But
there's nothing wrong with
outside of Atlanta, he hasn't caused any issues. But Ty Gibbs really has not had an on track, just everybody's just oh my god, I'm so over the 54 right now. And we've talked a couple times about him,
in Cup at least. In Cup.
Yeah.
In O'Reilly, he has.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
But he was also winning when he was wrecking people.
Nick and I were talking about this before we started, but he did a lot with this one to generally boost at least a little bit of his likability rating. I mean, I know when he got his mom in the car and ran the victory lap at the end and took her to victory lane and gave her the ride. I mean, come on. How do you not like that particular move? That was just... That was a Class A move. I mean, it's...
Well, he comes from excellent stock.
Right,
Also,
exactly.
For what is...
and from championship stock.
True. The reports coming in are that he wanted to give his mother a ride, but that he can't reach the pedals, so he had to sit on mommy's lap. That's what I heard coming in, is he had to sit on mommy's lap. So...
Short joke?
But also,
it's not
people just like winners. You know what I mean?
What'd you say, Nick?
Yeah. Winning solves a lot for a person.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, man. Denny Hamlin won almost 60 races, and people still weren't big fans of him until tragedy struck.
True.
So I mean,
imagine how many fans he wouldn't have if he wasn't winning.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yes, if he was him and he was losing, that would be a whole other story.
Oh, he's him.
Yeah.
So winning. It's good point. Gonna lead right into a thought I had for tonight. It's kind of leading into Kansas, but it's fine. It's on topic. For some people, do you feel like they don't need to win to maintain the momentum that it takes to be Cup Series champion? Because our champion, his last win was Kansas last year.
Yeah.
That is the last time the 5-car has been in victory lane. And that championship certainly helped us forget that there's a major slump of winning. I don't think anybody thought after that 10-win season that we would see a scenario where almost a full calendar year would pass before Kyle Larson got another win. at what point are we worried about the 5 car? Not at all.
Never.
Still confidence at all time high.
I'm not worried.
Never.
I don't think that he repeats at Kansas. But I'm not worried until Chevy figures out their new body, and then he still is not winning. Like
Yeah.
nobody at HMS has looked very good outside of a Chase Elliott win at a short track.
Have you guys seen
So-
the William Byron clean air man meme
No.
that's
No.
gone around? So shit, I wish I can. I'm gonna post this.
Finn's got to find an argument he was in on Reddit somewhere to get this.
No, I already found the meme. I just need to save the image. Make sure. Shit fire. All right, I'll
Well,
just read it.
everybody,
So
everybody
basically,
in
it's
our YouTube chat right now is in the Discord, so just
I will post in there, but I would share. But you can Google "clean air man" meme William Byron, and it's like the second picture that pops up. But I think it's a little play on this Mike Evans meme that went around, being 1,000-yard man, which is like you're completely useless and you just get spammed for get 1,000 yards. But it says it's got William Byron's face superimposed over Superman's body. It says meet clean air man. Career started on a computer. He has a personality, I swear. Jeff Gordon's successor. Those are all in air quotes. Then a little poem: "Give me freedom, give me fire, give me clean air, or I retire." Zero championships, 1 playoff win, 8 seasons in Cup. Ghost of the summer stretch. Can't race unless the air in front is cleaner than New Zealand. And then it says, drive your way up the field. No. Air blocking from the league. Yes. Like it's the most real thing ever. Like the moment William Byron has to pass 2 cars, the 24 disappears. And then you got to talk. Yeah, what's up?
I disagree. I think that he's just up front a lot.
he's good at battling up front. Once he's in the back, he's in the back.
The 24 team, ever since William Byron has been there, has not been a team that can come, show up with no speed, and then adjust to have speed late. He
Yep.
either shows up with speed or he never has it.
Right.
So I don't know if that's.
Clean
I
air
mean,
man.
it could be a
Clean air-
little bit of a
Clean
of
air
a
man.
clean
At
air
the end of the day.
version.
At
I
the
think
end of
it's
the day.
more on the adjustment side of things, on the team side of things, but
Well, yes. At the end of the day, one of the lost arts of modern racing is the driver driving the adjustments. That makes
Yeah.
sense. And I think a little bit as part of what's going on with Kyle Busch is Kyle is from that old breed of driver of like, I will drive the adjustments, I can do anything. And it just isn't, one, his adjustments aren't working, or he just can't make out anything to do with the damn car. But yeah, I just don't think William Byron is that kind of driver. So it's just that either we nail the setup and I'm quick, or throughout the race, it's just like he's just like keep it coming,
So,
and then a
The flip
restart.
side of that then is, who is that kind of driver? If he's not, then who is?
I think it comes down to, I think it really comes down to your crew chief and your relationship. I'm a big fan of the 19 with Briscoe and James Small. I feel like,
yeah.
how many times have we seen the 19 kind of, not, nail it? Like I mentioned, I've said it before, but since the 600 last year, that was like their point where it was just like, oh, they started third, dropped to the back, had a shitty setup. Nighttime came in, car came alive, boom. And then even that race, the 9, or this 19, this past race at Bristol.
Yeah.
Just kind of
I
showed
I
up
think you
late.
got to put Blaney in that category too.
I don't know if that's an
Like,
adjustment thing. He just, the
Well, I
car's
just mean a
fast.
guy
He
that
just
can-
keeps having to work his way up.
Right, a guy that can at least work his way up.
Blaney
at
just
some
screams the whole
level.
time on the radio. I don't know how much of
Yeah.
adjustment we've
Yeah.
got going on. Obviously, Denny is going to be the cream of the crop. Larson, I don't know. Larson is just kind of one of those, give me a genuinely fast car, we'll figure it out. He's not really much of a car guy. But I feel like for the most part, Logano's going to be one of those guys. They definitely kind of figure things
Well,
out.
yeah, we've seen Larson win with generally like mediocre cars, and and just skilling his way up to the front. That's one of the things that makes him so scary. Is
Right.
we've watched this guy get his car get beat to oblivion over the course of a race, knocked to the back 3 or 4 times, and still find his way to the front. So
Yeah.
I mean that's one of the reasons why I think he's generally feared.
When I
But
think of guys that can drive the adjustments, I think of Briscoe for sure. Reddick can really drive the adjustments. And Busher, honestly. Busher, it feels like, I might be completely wrong, but it feels like to me that Busher really comes on late in a lot of races. It might just be bias, but kind of what I've seen.
No, I think again, I think it's one of those like you really just got to listen to it. For example, SVG is absolutely constantly talking about what to do with the car. Now, on certain, feedback, just a ton of feedback constantly with him, feedback, whereas a lot of other guys just kind of moan and bitch about it. SVG will give a lot, and obviously he does that more so on the road course races and the short tracks, but um
I think it depends also because SVG is also notorious for kind of telling his pit crew to shut the hell up while he's driving too. We've seen
Yeah.
multiple times where he's like, just let me drive the car.
again, he's
Mainly
like
at road courses, but yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he's got a horrible personality match with his crew chief of like his crew chief just gives dead information and useless information and Shane's just like, why do I care?
Yeah.
Why do I care?
One team that always talks on the radio that I listen to for Bristol is Hocevar's team.
Oh, they're great.
Constantly sharing information.
They're great. They're they're perfect alignment
Yeah.
to Hocevar, and it showed because even he had a generally fast day, and I think he's clearly next up on the
Yeah.
first win
The
list.
first time winners, yeah.
It's
I mean,
doing a
they're
lot
about
for
to
his
get to-
development.
Mhm.
Or do we think that Hocevar is going to win on an oval before Zilich wins on a road course?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Any week Zilich is fast on a road course, Daddy will be fast on a road course. You know what I'm saying? Like come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, he's
son.
got to beat SVG first. Like if that's the case, I mean that's
Well, I mean,
it's
but
different
Hocevar's gotta
competition.
beat Larson and Blaney and Ty Gibbs and all these guys
Yeah.
that are bad fast this year.
Hocevar's
Yeah.
also got a lot more chances.
That's true.
Yeah, the difference there, and then at the same time, I mean, you can find your way in the right spot at the right time at certain ovals and get your way there. So
I'm not saying Zilich won't win before Hocevar. I'm just saying it's more likely, in my
I would agree.
opinion.
Slightly, but I would agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
the probability it's just a probability factor. I think.
Zilich hasn't looked as good as I thought he would early, which I might have been trying to give him too much credit, but I thought that he was going to be.
Is it possible he's in a shit box?
Would you put a talent like that in a shit box?
I mean,
Trackhouse is backed by IWG, right? No, that's Spire. That's backed by IWG. Trackhouse is backed by somebody that has a ton of money.
yeah.
So I don't really think that they have a shit box on their
Yeah.
team.
Well,
Yeah.
so to that point, that's fine, but it also could be collection of the other way to phrase a shitbox when it's a high money team, which is just still figuring the car out. Because that's kind of where because I mean, I would bet that's something you would hear out of Chastain and his crew right now. That's something that you would hear in general out of like, I don't think you're going to hear that from SVG just because of, the difference in him learning the actual tracks and getting his way around an oval.
Right.
Zilich is just younger and he's not going to get there. So your main person you're going to look at to try and get that realistic expectation is going to be the one. And the one has not really been a factor very much this year at all. So
No.
Yeah, it's really comes
The
down
one-
to
Wasn't
there's-
he? Yeah, he started 6th in this race.
Yeah.
He was up front for a decent amount of this race, but fell off late.
Yeah, it's they're a Chevy body, so we already talked about Hendrick struggling with the Chevy body, right? And you throw that in there, and the fact that
Yeah.
Zilich wasn't a guy who was coming up doing a ton of cup races, right? He did a couple road courses, right? I can't even think of if he did. In fact, I would say in a cup car, Anthony Alfredo is more comfortable on ovals than Zilich is going to be. Just because of how different it is. I mean, we're looking at Justin Allgaier, who is he came up and filled in the 48 car, and he wasn't scratching top 20, much a lead lap finish. So
Are you talking about Hall of Famer Justin Allgaier?
Hall of
Finn?
Famer Justin Allgaier. So for me, it's just like I don't have an expectation for Zilich. Just in the races that we are comfortable in, our circled races, are we performing above? Right? If we say road course and we say this is a top 10 day and we're fighting for top fives and wins, it will come. I think this weekend he won the Bristol race. It's not like homie forgot how to drive a car.
No, he's still got a ton of talent.
It's just
It's just,
confidence.
I thought that he would, but with the Chevy bodies, he is fighting that also.
Right.
But I just thought that he would get a little bit better finishes than he has been.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching him throughout the race, so I don't know if he's gotten caught up in stuff or anything like that. I'm just kind of stat watching right now, but
yeah,
I thought that he would have been a little bit better.
Well, I think this might be a good race if you're going to highlight somebody and throw somebody on the old HBO Max cam. It would be Zilich, out of Kansas. See what they're dealing with, how they're adjusting, and I'm excited because if you saw the Roche Chastain Apple Busch Light scheme, whew, that car looks good. But just in general, right? When we got flamed on Reddit last year for doing our track tier list. On that tier list, Kansas was number 1. And I'm hyped. And I'm not even a Toyota
Wasn't
fan.
it like then kind of a stinker of a race, though? Am I remembering that right?
A stinker in comparison. The race before that was like the closest finish in NASCAR history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I remember there being something like I was super jacked up for Kansas last year, and then it just let me down.
Yeah.
Larson led 221 of 267 laps.
Don't even care. It's track car combination. There's an opportunity for an elite day. There's more opportunities for an elite day at Kansas, but everybody's got to show up. That was a scenario where Larson was up front. I think he went pole to pole.
Yeah.
And he had the perfect day. Shit happens, right? Same deal. I mean,
both stages.
Corey, your favorite race of the year last year, your boy damn near pulled that shit. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, to me, it's not about one guy being up front or maybe even winning, by a handful of seconds. Even this year's Darlington with Reddick by 8-9 seconds. It's about what were the circumstances? Was the racing good? And it's looking good. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It's kind of it's like, of all the tracks you're going to line up hoping that something epic happens, it's kind of like Kansas, Atlanta, I mean, we did our tier list, but like anything can happen, and chances are it's going to be a banger. But
so who are you down on that normally would be a competitor here?
HMS.
HMS. Okay. All right, I got a question for you, Jeff. Hey, I'm getting flamed for being a Duke fan, but my brother went to NC State. Let me live.
Oh, I noticed that earlier. I didn't say anything, Jeff, but it's like, wait.
My brother
he's
went to
also
NC
wearing
State.
an NC State shirt. So.
Jeez, let me live. I'm wearing all Lions gear over here. Go Lions. All right, that's what we're fans of the night. No, but I'm a little worried about Chris Bell. What about you, Jeff?
I feel like he's going to bloom in the summer, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sweating a little bit. Generally, I would have expected to see him at least go up a little stronger thus far. I mean, 3 top 5s is nothing to be ashamed of at this point, but the 20 in its status with JGR right now is supposed to be like your premier right behind the 11 as it stands, and it's supposed to be within your top 3 to 4 Toyota drivers in general. And I kind of would have expected to see a bit more of a consistent experience out of the 20. So I'm not a little bit of sweat, not totally nervous on the season for him yet. I have a feeling that we're probably going to see him heat up as we start rolling into the summertime.
Well, this is probably a good spot for it too, because I think Kansas, not traditionally, I won't say traditionally, but regularly benefits Toyotas.
Oh, they're just their mile and a half program.
So
it's literally
I would
Larson, Blaney, and all the Toyotas.
Surprised, to see Chris Bell driving around in the front this weekend. That would be not surprising to me in the least. And Bubba Wallace and Reddick and Briscoe and Denny and all of them.
Well, I'll
So-
tell you, my entire four out of my fantasy drivers are all in Toyotas, and it's
Yeah.
not just a fan bias thing in that regard. So we're going to Kansas. I'm putting the
No,
T.
A Toyota will win this race.
Yeah, I mean
Our
that's
minutes. Okay.
definitive
All right.
statement.
Well, I agree with Jeff. We had the Toyotas. We've always done the fantasy must-haves lately, and Toyotas everywhere. Who's the one non-Toyota you would put in your lineup?
Right now, like the one that I threw in there because we talked about him earlier, and I think that this could be an interesting place for it to happen for him as I put Hocevar in my lineup. And just in general, this kind of feels like one of those times where this kid enjoys disrupting things and he likes to kind of shake up the flow. And that's something he's done all season, which is, depends on who your driver is and how they ended up when they got close to him is how you're generally going to feel about him. That's who I have as my wild card, not Toyota, that's going to generally make an impact in this race.
Blaney.
Blaney.
Yep, that's what I was going to
That's
say.
such a cop out.
Dude, it's not. He's. I mean,
He's a top 3
Okay,
driver in the
is
series
he
on
this
any
year.
more of a
Fire.
cop out than saying Larson?
He's on fire.
I don't think it's gonna be Larson.
Wait.
I think it's gonna be Byron. I think back to who
He
had
has clean air.
who had speed at Las Vegas, right? Multiple times Byron ran down and passed the leader. And yeah, Byron won the second stage, if I recall.
You mean,
At
do you have
Vegas.
clean air though?
Well, he had to run down and pass somebody, so no.
All right.
So while I was making fun of Byron, I do think that their mile and a half program, if they bring similar cars, same setup to that Vegas or of the Vegas race, which is the closest we've had so far to how Kansas drives. It's not the quite same, but that's what I would do. I do feel like the Hocevar feels like the fastest Chevy. I feel like just the amount of times where we've just seen him flying through the field. Darlington was one where he came flying through, and I think fourth or fifth.
I think he's got a ton of raw speed. I just don't think he has the longevity yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that leans into his aggressiveness, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He's going to have short runs to get his win, I think.
Yep, I could see a Byron day. If I'm putting money, I'm putting money on like 5 Toyotas before I put money on William Byron.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess who's going to figure it out, Elliott's another one. He was running down Denny at the end of that Vegas race, but then his win didn't really come at a mile and a half to the track, and I don't know how much of that was Denny managing the gap late in that Vegas race or just whatever the case it was. It wasn't like a late restart, so he certainly had long run speed, but
I think the Chevys are better with their body in dirty air than in clean air right now.
just struggling like to top speed it out over everybody else and then hold
Yeah,
those spots.
I mean, it's, everybody's affected by dirty air, and it doesn't really matter too much on how your body is shaped, but clean air matters a ton. So
That's a fair point. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of how that's going to shake out, you would also mention Vegas, Finn. That's a pretty solid lead into the fact that we are going to Vegas tonight for the IWP Racing League to try out some different formats and testing. Did you want to get into some of the things that we're doing now to try and see what kind of experimentation we're going to do as we roll into season number 2?
Yeah. First of all, congratulations once again to our champion, the inaugural IWP NASCAR champion Nick Kaufman. If you did not catch that, he won the championship from 4th place starting the night with a fuel run, having max points and winning the championship by half a second. So well done there. And we are super excited to kick off the second season, which officially goes off next weekend, or next Tuesday. But this week we wanted to do a little exhibition race just to, like Jeff said, kind of try some things out and learn, because I think one of the biggest feedbacks we got was not changing. People didn't like that we were changing tracks the day of, which is fair, or not day of, but just at all. And then 2, it was changing at that time, and then changing it like later, like when we changed Talladega to where I can't remember what we changed to Iowa. So either way,
Iowa, yeah.
how we want to address that is we need to find if we're going to put a drafting track on the schedule, we need to find an alternative. One of the alternatives in mind is this heat style format, where we're going to be trying that tonight. The planned setup is, let's say we have 16 people signed up. We have roughly 17. I'm sure more will show up. 16. Tonight, the planned format is about 4 heat races that are going to get going. They'll be short, quick. I would like people to stream. And then from there, if you win your heat, or if you finish top 2 in your heat, or top 3, depending on how many people in your heat, you immediately move on to the A main. Everybody else will then go on to what's called a last chance qualifier. So if you don't finish high in your heat, that's okay. You'll race again in a last chance qualifier. From there, the top 3 will probably move on to the A main. And then from there will be one final race. However, looking at how people signed up, and 16 is certainly a lower number than I expected, or 17, right, fellas? Thought I was expecting maybe a 30 bomb, and there still might be a 30 bomb. So if a ton of people show up, we will still do it this way. I do have a backup plan. Heat races will still occur. We will, let's say 16 cars show up tonight. We will do 4 heat races, and you will finish either first, second, third, or fourth in your heat race. After that, we will take everybody who finished first in their heat race, and they will run a heat race. Same for everybody who finished second, and everybody finished third, and everybody finished fourth. Where you finish in that heat race will determine your starting order for that. So if you win your first heat race, and then you win your next heat race, you're on the pole for the big race at the end. So it'll just be 8 heat races that you will race in 2 of them, guaranteed, and then 1 big, long race. With that kind of determined, that we really wanted to see what things look like. We want to have, these are going to be streamed. So as many of you that can stream to Twitch as possible during these heat races will make things very interesting. We'll have those things up so people can watch and react. I think it'll bring a little bit of camaraderie and watching these kind of intense moments, because guys who might be battling for, 17th each week are now going to be battling for first or second, and it could be a fun experience. And it also gives us a feel for what that looks like if, say we get to Talladega and it's a complete shit show, or we don't trust the racing. We can do something like that, and it might make that weekend more enjoyable. We're always here, so if you enjoy this format or you don't enjoy it, there's the feedback. But that's tonight, and I'm super excited. Have you guys tried it out, Trucks at Vegas, at all?
Oh, yeah.
How's it race?
Have you tried it?
No.
I've done exactly the amount of practice that I do for every other race.
Hang on tight.
Listen, this is how me and
Nick.
This is how me and Nick have approached the qualifying is practice. All right, I get 5 qualifying laps. Those are my warm-up laps. I kind of figure it out there, and then it's like, okay, we're riding. So,
I learn in qualifying. If I don't learn in qualifying, then I learn in stage 1.
Well, yeah, that's what stage 1's for, baby. But there will be no stages tonight, regardless. Regardless of the format.
In the heat race.
So let's talk about season 2, boys. The bot. Everybody's seen the bot. We are not being taken over by the AI overlords, as you might have seen from our logo chat and or our t-shirt chat and or other people's iRacing chats. There's a severe problem with AI taking over every piece of content, but we are not.
We've established the rules on that, and it will not be the content that gets put out to the public by the Intentional Wreck podcast.
It's all good.
In general, we will always make sure we are using real artists for our logos for things that go out to you, our listeners, but within our internal comms, when somebody needs a quick logo or something along those lines, people will fart around.
Yeah,
but
listen.
To clarify for our non-league listeners out there,
AI slop is internal.
AI slop is an internal facing.
We keep our slop in house. All right.
Yeah. No, I mean, so the big thing this year is just what I put in that announcement is the making things easy for you to report your stage and for us as admins to get that information out quickly. So it's a lot of back end work, not so much. There are a couple things that are going to make life easy for you to reference maybe your stats or the standings very quickly and as up to date as possible. But I will reiterate, the most important thing that you can do is after every single race, you can do ! report. That is going to send you a DM. From there, you will have 2 links to click. 90% of you guys are going to click the first link first, and then Shanzi is going to pick the second link first. The second link is to report a league mate for breaking a rule or racing dirty. But the first link is the most important one, which is reporting your starting position, your both stage finishing position, and your final position in the race. Very, very important. And we're going to reiterate this. If you do not do this, or your teammate does not do it for you, team owners that want to take initiative and help out, if you do not get points scored for that race, that is not our problem. We will do our due diligence to pull up a couple of streams, see if I can find you quickly, but I am not going to deep darks researching to figure out where you finished in stage 1 or where you started. If you do not report that, your loss, your stats will be incorrect, and your points might be wrong. So that is your job, is to race and report correctly.
But Finn, for the longest time, I was told if I don't score points, don't report. So now do you want me to report? How do you want to report my amazing finishes for all of these races now, Finn?
Easy. I'm not even letting you type something in because you guys are all idiots, and I'm treating you all like 6-year-olds. You have one job that you have to type. You have to type the number 11 every week. And then there's
Majority of the Discord does it. The majority of the Discord does it. I want to give you guys credit.
All you have to do, they're drop downs. So if you, for the stage points, you'll see 1 through 10 and then 11 plus. So you just hit 11 plus. And that means.
Can I just do that before the race and just.
Yeah, listen, if you want to preload this bad boy, go right the fuck
just
ahead.
Hit it beforehand. Just go 11 plus wherever I'm at.
Listen, go right ahead. But we wanted to let this be. This is just something that we, the more participation, the easier our lives, our admins are, and then the more we can focus on things like power rankings and the content in the website and all those things that are going to play a role. So we're as official of a league as we can be. So we appreciate everybody who had some patience.
The report function is not just for silliness.
Yeah,
we don't want you, spamming us with reports saying, "Hey, this," thinking that you're funny, trying to. Make a joke. We actually
be
want to
funny
use
in the
this.
general way.
Yeah, we want to use this as an actual tool. So the more fake reports that we get, the less we can actually use it. So
it's tied to your guys' shit, by the way. Like I can see who you are. Like if you don't, you know what I do for a living? They don't pay me $250,000 a year to not know how to find your dipshit IP. You dipshit. Don't you know they're geologically tagged and there's only like 5 of you in fucking Kansas, so I will find you. Fuck. All right. Sorry.
Finn, at some point, can you introduce me to this $250,000 a year overlord that we are getting paid for this podcast?
They for the pod.
I have some words about my salary that I'd like to talk to them about.
Listen,
Wait,
I
wasn't getting paid.
That's the question that I have for them, Nick. I have the exact same question.
Listen, Nick leaked it. It's public information now. Don't Google what my net worth is.
I just went in debt with a cat surgery, all right, and I could use that money.
True.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
True.
I am subject to the American veterinary healthcare system, and I could use this podcast salary that we're getting.
Let's do picks for who we think we're gonna win tonight.
Not Dense Fog. Breaking news. Dense Fog will be racing on a controller to start the season.
What do you do?
That is a HIPAA violation, Corey.
He legit hurt himself for real. Like that's not a joke.
Yeah, no, for real.
Dense Fog survived a pretty gnarly car crash. He's okay.
Dude, I did see that. I didn't know he got hurt.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's alive.
He's still single.
He's
fix
joking
that.
around about it.
But yeah,
he does have some injuries though.
Yep. So thoughts and prayers to Dense Fog. So he is gonna make the 600 still. I hope. I bought his ticket, so I'm either out $120 or what. But no. So
if he doesn't show up, I'll drive up the night of.
Just getting a report. Shanzi's asking if he can fill in for the 9 car like he's just an all guy. Nope. You cannot, Shanzi. Cannot fill in for the 9 car. But Hendry Motorsports out the gate, going to be struggling, man. That's one of our championship contenders. So, as we have made the move, that's silly season. Toyota boys, how confident are you guys?
So, we're all right.
Comfortable.
We're all right.
You guys picked up some dogs, though.
No,
Championship Legacy Racing will carry on a winning tradition because that's what we do.
So I will say I'm having some difficulty getting a hold of the new guy. So new guy, if you're out there watching, hit me up. I hit you up a couple times.
You talking about the
But
42?
other than that, yeah, 42. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we were in practice last night. Me, Dilly, Hellseeker, and Spacetime, and I think we're gonna be okay. It's gonna take a little bit of time to kind of like get a little more cohesive with all the cars on the track. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know I've been banging this drum. Look out for Dilly, man. Like, look out for Dilly. He's for a guy on a controller. He's crazy good at this.
Yeah.
Don't put a target
quick,
on his
man.
back,
He's not
man.
bad.
Let him
All
just
right.
let him
I will-
pass everybody.
I
All
will
right.
say, anybody that is coming for the crown will have to pry it off of my cold dead head.
Yeah.
The last season, I only became competitive after like the 5th race, I think.
Uh-huh.
So get ready for some challenges.
Yeah, now that he's won it, listen, there's one thing that Nick hates more than losing is losing when he has the championship. All right,
Yeah.
listen, he don't. All right, there's no complacency
I
here.
don't wanna give it up.
At Hendrick Motorsports. We've moved over. We're in the big dog equipment now. All right, we're not dealing with shitty Toyota sloppy seconds.
LMC shit.
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah, we've got top tier gear now. All right, Nicolette car coming to you soon in the 24, aka I'm getting Dence's wheel. I really need Dence to get down to the 600 because he's bringing this fucking Logitech with him. And I said I'd pay for your ticket to the 600 if you give me your fucking wheel. So
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of being in the
Good
back.
trade.
Little controller.
It's a good trade.
Obviously, Dinger Magic lost the championship by half a second, but if he continues at all like how he ended last season, lock the fuck in, right? Because it's
So
yeah,
it is a
for
little
sure.
bit interesting when you look at the way that the teams kind of shook out because it's like you two and Dents and the Hendrick guys that were kind of already there. So like you got some real speed over there. And then the Ford team just comes out of nowhere with Snugs and Plasic and JJ and like Shanzi and that whole list of guys. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but it's like, and then you got us and Toyota with myself and Spacetime and Hellseeker. It's like we got some like
yep.
There's some
there's
super teams
good-
going around.
Yeah, like there's some interesting like balance. And you know what's funny is I think the way, and I don't know if we've like announced exactly how this is going to work or if we even settled on exactly how it's going to work, but the whole like 6 cars per team and then like the top so and so scorers from each team from each race get their points counted towards a team championship. I'm like, it's kind of awesome. Like, I mean, it's a really, really smart idea to where like not every driver has to count in every race in order for the team to be successful. So you
Yep.
kind of like create a little parity in a way, but making it so, a guy can like I got a baby on the way. So like a guy can miss a race here and there and it doesn't totally screw the team. And I don't know, it's really, really cool. So I think the way it shook out, seriously, big shout out to Hellseeker and Spacetime for coming to join the squad because we were. I mean, I'm texting Jeff like, dude, what are we gonna do? Like,
Told you we're fine.
dude. But if it's just the 3 of us and we're like, we want to be in competitive as a team at all in the team
We
championship.
weren't just gonna be the 3 of us, dog. It was gonna be fine.
Just the
I know,
3 of
and
us.
it was, and you were right,
We're-
and it was, and we ended up getting 2 really chill guys that are really, really good. So it's like
We're
all right.
seeing the behind the scenes kind of, sweating coming from the Toyota camp.
Well,
I like it.
Jeff has known me long enough to know that I take things like this a little too seriously sometimes.
That's the general dynamic within our friendship, though, is that Corey's gonna go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm gonna say, calm down, have some dip. We're gonna get teammates and we're gonna ride, and it's gonna be fine.
And that's exactly how this one went.
Yeah.
It
Generally,
kinda-
how
yeah.
it went. Now we got a solid squad. We're championship legacy racing. We're gonna do this thing.
Hell yeah. And
We will continue to build the legacy of speed in the Toyota camp.
Yep, and we are gonna get going here soon. So that's Jeff's cue to lead us out. But if you were listening and you are not in the general race chat, hop in there. We're about to hop in there and get everything situated, get ready to go racing here in Vegas.
It is, yeah, that has been beginning. So now Finn has queued me up. That's going to wrap things up for us this week. Please make sure you check us out on YouTube and Twitch under the name Intentional Rec. You can find us under the same name on your favorite audio platforms. Check out our website, intrecpod.com. Check us out on the socials at intrecpod. All of that being said, happy racing. See y'all in the lobby. Have a kick-ass weekend, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.